Up next, the Bulls taking on the Clippers. For the Bulls, a mixed bag for this team to start the season, but one run can catapult them to where they want to be. Will that change happen tonight? We'll find out shortly. Clippers, Bulls, up next. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. And even with preseason, Smitty, there's always some rust that needs to be shaken off in these early season games.
Yeah, Kevin, some guys are playing themselves into shape. Others are simply finding their rhythm. You gotta be patient and figure out what works and what doesn't.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. George and Leonard are the forwards. Harden out there with Norman Powell. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. Hey, Steve, the Bulls haven't been to the finals since 1998, Michael Jordan's last season in Chicago.
Kevin, hard to believe, but that tells you how difficult it is to get to the finals. Also, just how important a generational player like MJ can be.
Here's Leonard. And Vucevic pulls it down. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Chicago. It's Antetkopmo on the wing. He's covered by Leonard. Outside DeRozan. Back to Antetkopmo. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. He's got it.
Always up there among the leaders in steals. Leonard gets his team out in transition.
And here are the Bulls now. It's a three-point game. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, I mean, in that one, you really saw a difference in aggression between the two teams, particularly on the board.
You know, you can't allow that many second-chance opportunities and then get almost none yourself. Rarely that works out for you.
And so here are the Clippers after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. It's Antetkopmo on the wing. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
I mean, every time down the floor, this is what you're trying to do. Find the right matchup.
The Bulls shooting their first free throw of the evening. Steve, this current Clippers group, they're changing the identity of this franchise.
Hey, Kevin, you know this. For a long time, they couldn't get right, winning just one playoff series during their first 27 seasons in L.A. Now the Clippers expect to make postseason runs. Sharing the wealth out there, DeRozan getting another guy a shot.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Down low, here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got 5.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And Antetkopmo.
The floor awareness of ball excels at getting the ball to his uncovered teammates.
Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Powell sets a screen for George. Pass to Powell. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Vucevic. Ball's knocked loose. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside Leonard for 3. Good on the three-point shot. Leonard's got his 3rd basket of the night.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
And Antetkopmo.
The vision Lonzo has is special, finding his teammates in their spots over and over again.
Clippers trail by 4. Passes to Zubac. Back to George. Zubac, a screen on DeRozan. And here's George for 3. And another 3 for the Clippers.
I like how Paul George comes off the screen under control, right up into his shooting motion. Smooth.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. The Clippers have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Harden against Ball. Back to Leonard. From the corner. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Assist goes to
Harden's got 3 assists now in this one.
Confidence off the catch. That's what makes Kawhi Leonard such a dangerous player.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 10. Makes it off the glass. That's 12 points for the Beast. Hey, Greg, how about MP? Last season, making first-team All-NBA for the very first time. And I think that said, yes, he has arrived.
Yeah, that first team is of the elite, right? That's when you know you have the respect of your peers and the full attention of your opponents.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's Harden with the drive. A 3 from George. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Chicago leading by 3. DeRozan passes to Levine. Chalk up 2 there.
Sharing the wealth. Zach LaVine sees someone with a better shot and moves the ball.
Pass to George. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Rolls out front, leading by 5. And we'll get going after this from United Center. Going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Šarić. Antetokounmpo comes in for Williams. Zach LaVine's checked in for Dosunmu. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Kobe White. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Frank Kaminsky. Leonard comes in for Brown. Powell, he's checked in for Mann. And James Harden has subbed in for Highland.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
And you watch the way DeRozan gets his. He really pounds that mid-range area.
The reason why, GA, his strong ball handling skills gets him into the lane. He also has the vertical to shoot over pretty much anyone. And he is comfortable with his back to the basket.
So for the Clippers right now, George and Leonard are the forwards. Powell is out there with Harden, and it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in the last matchup against the Thunder had a nice performance. He scored 32 points, and he was dialed in with his shooting. Very few misses out there. He was focused. He fed off of his energy, and they'll try to do that again tonight. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
What I like is they just kept calling his number. Sometimes we see coaches go away from what's working, and we wonder why.
He gets that one. And that's 20 points for the Beast. What an incredible first year for MP. Named to the all-rookie first team.
And last season, MP was one of the very best rookies. In this second season, the expectation is that he continues to grow his game.
And it's Leonard missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Back to Antetokounmpo. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And remember, they won both games in this matchup last year. No small feat.
And we will see if they can do it again this year. Not a simple task by any stretch.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Vucevic dishes to Antetokounmpo. Big D that time from Leonard. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 9 points. The three from George. Antetkopmo pulls it in. Outside DeRozan. Outside Levine. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And so it's the Chicago Bulls up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And against one of the toughest offensive players in the league, they've been doing a great job shutting down James Harden. We'll return shortly.
Hey everybody, it's halftime. Boy, it's been a rough go.
Their defense is the opposite of disruptive. Listen, in the NBA, everyone's so good. You can't completely shut a team down, but...
And moving on here, how about the fantastic matchup at the power forward position in this one?
Sparks are flying.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Antetkopmo in this one. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody saw this offense coming from him, but it's been key for his team.
This is why you prepare. Get ready for the opportunity if it comes your way, because you may be asked to deliver.
Star pair of Levine and DeRozan are your wingmen. Antetkopmo out there with Vucevic, and it's Ball in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Harden surveying the D. When it comes to the essential components of a winning team, GA, how much importance do you place on veteran leadership?
Kevin, I think it's important. You want a few guys in the locker room who've seen it all. Players who can keep the ship steady if the team kind of goes awry or has a tough stretch.
Here's Antetkopmo. Count it. Antetkopmo's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bulls. And MP named to the All-NBA team, Greg, once again last season. Still vying to make first-team All-NBA, though, this year.
It's something that MP wants, and you know it's bothering him. So it's starting to have that always a bridesmaid feeling with him not making first team.
The Clippers need to get off a shot. Good on the triple. Leonard's got 19 points.
At the start of his career, no one thought Kawhi would end up being this good of a three-point shooter. He's a marksman.
Outside Ball. Knocked loose. The three from George. Chicago grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 14 points.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Paul George is one of the game's premier two-way wings. He says, I believe in my talent and what I can do, but I feel my job is to make everybody better. That's what I try to do when I'm on the floor. Just make the game easy for everybody, whether it's creating or just being aggressive and making reads off of that. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, David lets the game come to him. Well said by him. Thank you. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at Orlando. They've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
And checking out Chicago, they had some high hopes coming out of the gate. Frustrated with their level of play thus far, but they certainly have the pieces to be a factor in this race.
The pass to Leonard. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Vucevic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. The Bulls leading by 15. Inside, here's Antetkopmo, and Antetkopmo slams it in.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Here's Ball. Another one falls for Chicago.
Speed and agility come together for Lonzo and result in a merciless full-court play.
Leonard looking over the floor. Over onto Antetokounmpo, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And last season, MP bursting onto the scene, winning Rookie of the Year. Craig, he was fantastic.
MP adapted to the league quickly. And remember, Kevin, he's a third-generation NBA player. So MP came in with a great understanding of how to be a professional.
Here's Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And that one's good. Antetokounmpo.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
It's been tremendous job of play calling and execution. They just continue to increase this lead.
Chicago making some... Here the Bulls decide to talk it over.
Timeout to the Bulls. Once again, a big round of applause for your Shake.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Over Kaminsky. Antetokounmpo, no good. LA's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. So with Leonard on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Harden out there with Bones Highland. Then it's Kaminsky. Then it's Paul George. And it's Mann in at the small forward. McConnell kicks to Williams. To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo. Misses the layup. And so Harden will bring it up for the Clippers. Takes it from 10. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Highland passes to George. And it's off from three-point range.
I mean, all period, it's been a struggle for him scoring the ball.
There's the lob at Antetokounmpo. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. George with no one around. And the Clippers miss again.
You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Kaminsky, the pass to Harden. His three-pointers off the mark. Chicago has gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 6 points in the quarter.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Expanding upon this lead, trying to close it out. He's really stepped up.
Oh, great find there from Harden. He's just so good at finding his teammates in rhythm.
Highland against McConnell. Plays it up and banks it in.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
An uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bulls.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for the Beast.
When it comes to protecting the rim, there are numerous ways to do that. The most exciting of those, just send shots back. And that's what he did tonight in volume.
George against Williams. And shot on the way. And it's George missing.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
Now the Clippers with it. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the rejection by Antetkopmo. McConnell finds Antetkopmo. Launches it. Misses. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.